a state which is politically in the news. This is the state of Uttar Pradesh, where every day some statement is now being made. It's a big contest. In February 2022, the state assembly elections are going to be held. But you know what is happening? Mayawati says she'll go it alone. Akhilesh says he will go it alone. Congress has no other option but to go it alone. There is Owaisi who says he'll fight on 100 seats. Then you've got the Nishat party, then Peace party, all sorts of parties who will also be in contest. So Mayawati versus Akhilesh versus Congress versus Owaisi versus others, all want to do just one thing: defeat Yogi Adityanath. So will the divided colors of UP's opposition actually be able to defeat Yogi Adityanath? Who makes a more compelling case? I want to introduce at this moment Mr. Ghanshyam Tewari, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Sudhindra Bhadoria, leader of the BSP, and Mr. PKD Nambiar continues to be with us. Mr. Bhadoria, I want to begin with you. The BSP chief today said that she will not have an alliance with anyone. This is her stated position for a very long time. We've seen that after what happened in 2019, she has maintained that she'll fight or contest the elections alone. What does this do to an index of opposition unity in the state of Uttar Pradesh?
Well, you see, we are having elections in Uttar Pradesh in the background of the last 1.5 years, more particularly, which has hit the humanity and the society and Indian people at large, and more particularly in Uttar Pradesh, people have suffered because of the COVID-19. Now, people in Uttar Pradesh want a stable government. They want a government, a time-tested leader. Mayank Mayawati ji has been Chief Minister 4 times. And even in the past 30 years, if you see, while she has been 4 times Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, we have contested alone and on 1 or 2 occasions with some other parties. Now, other parties have also contested, particularly the BJP as well as the Samajwadi Party. Now, it is for the people of Uttar Pradesh to decide. And in the context of the index of opposition unity, I would like to know where was the opposition unity in Bengal. Did the people of Bengal not choose one party against many others contesting? And I want to also preempt a question which everybody says that this is the B team because they are not doing, or that is the B team. Look, I want to say this, that in Bengal, the Congress party and the communists who are supposed to be fighting against the BJP, they saw to it that they fight against Mamata Banerjee also. And yet they are a secular party. How do we become a party which is not committed to secularism and the Constitution of India? Therefore, we will fight alone, we will win it.
Yeah, but then see, the point is when you compare yourself with a West Bengal, the contest was very clearly between the BJP and the Trinamool Congress. The Congress may have some great vision about their victory or even the left, but the contest clearly was between these two players, and that is how it happened. Unfortunately, Mr. Bhadoria, in the state of Uttar Pradesh, it seems that the contest is between the SP and the BJP and not really the BSP. The BSP is not visibly seen as contesting, at least as of this moment.
Well, let me answer this question by saying this, that maybe in the Lutyens' Delhi, it may not be seen. But as far as the people of Uttar Pradesh are concerned, and more particularly the marginalized sections of Uttar Pradesh are concerned, even in the Panchayat elections, let me tell you, nobody got a clear majority. Not even the Samajwadi Party or nor did the BJP. They won about 700 seats. We won around 400 seats, and we have also another 100 people who have joined thereafter. And let me say that in no Panchayat elections we have contested where we have, contested for the Panchayat president's post also. Here, this time, I want to just bring in one more incident. 2004-5, when Mulayam Singh was the chief minister, he contested all and he won massive Panchayat elections. But in 2007, when the assembly elections were held, Bahujan Samaj Party
got a simple majority
convincingly in Uttar Pradesh. And this time again, I will prove these pundits wrong,
Okay.
and you will see in Uttar Pradesh there will be a BSP government.
Interesting. Last time around, there was a Brahmin plus Dalit combination and social engineering. What is really happening in the BSP this time around? We are curious. But
You will
Ghanshyam,
know it at the time of elections. You will know
Okay.
when we go to poll, well before it. But this is at the moment of COVID time. Do you think during COVID times, what is the priority? We are facing the people where they are suffering in the districts, in the villages, elsewhere. So therefore, we are concentrating on this, and with a sense of proportion, we are working towards elections also. We are not putting everything in the elections and getting the people also making them unsafe, and so the larger society.
Ghanshyam Tiwari, I think that's a dig at you and the BJP. That you're not, Mayawati as well as the BSP is not risking everything. They're saving up their energy and their strategy for the Vidhan Sabha elections.
Well, good evening, Sanket, and good evening to my fellow panelists and your viewers. One thing is this framing that it is Yogi or BJP versus all. Really, the framing in Uttar Pradesh is it is a model of terror of BJP and Adityanath versus the people. People want to rout this government, who has terrorized civil society, freedom of expression, dismissed people who have died, dismissed sensitivities to families, and right now, as the panchayat elections and polls happened, terrorized those who were elected, not letting democracy prevail. So there's a very clear anger against a government that doesn't respect the opportunities of progress, be it employment, be it the
No, but then
agenda
Mr.
of
Tiwari, which political party is going to tap into this anger or feel the people's pulse? That's the point that I'm trying to make. Because as of this moment, it appears everybody wants to do the same. You want the same piece of cake or piece of the pie.
We have stood steadfast with our work, our leadership, our commitment कि सुख दुख में साथ निभाया है, सुख दुख में साथ निभाएंगे. This is our commitment. काम बोलता है is our commitment. And to Uttar Pradesh people, we want to say कि वाकई कंस राज जाने वाले हैं, अच्छे दिन आने वाले हैं. This kind of government where anybody would be put behind bars, in jail, women will be put behind bars, was known in Kans Raj. That is the story from Mathura. So clearly this story is going to change, and I think people will vote, but clearly Samajwadi Party is seen as the natural party that is routing Bharatiya Janata Party, and we are
not
very
the
confident
BSP.
that the leadership of, well, it is for people to decide. As a spokesperson of Samajwadi Party, I see a very strong
I know
Akhilesh aane wale hain from people grassroots that people want a leadership, young leader like Akhilesh Yadav.
What I note over here, Mr. Tiwari, is this certain amount of softness towards your political opposition to BSP, and obviously you're trading all your guns at the BJP. It's very clear. That's a clear strategy. You don't
it's
want
not
to
softness. I mean, one is that Sudhindra Bhadoria ji is a very senior leader, and I highly respect him. Second, it's not about softness. My views here does not change the ground reality. My views emerge
Which
from
is,
ground
what is the ground reality?
Ground reality is that people see Akhilesh Yadav as a leader who will take Uttar Pradesh forward and really steer this state whose development will take India forward. So this is the
And don't you think you
vision.
could have achieved all of this better had you all been together? Or has the Mahagathbandhan formula failed in UP, and thus you have learnt all your lessons, everyone?
Well, we believe that Akhilesh Yadav's leadership, both as Chief Minister and as a leader who brings people together and speaks about vision for the state, is formidable. And in that spirit, we believe that we can do it with alliance of small parties or smaller forces in Uttar Pradesh.
Mr. Nambiar, how do you look at this situation for an OAC to now come into the fray on 100 seats, for the BSP and SP having tried to come together, but that clearly did not work out for either of them, for the Congress and SP to try and that formulation not working? This formulation, where does this put the BJP? Is there a generic assumption in the BJP that a very fractured and divided opposition will be naturally advantage BJP? Because that's a very dangerous assumption.
Firstly, if there is a fractured opposition, that clearly says that the dominance and the very popularity of the Yogi Adityanath as the Chief Minister. If you really look at the UP politics as a whole, On the one side, only one national party is really active there, that is BJP, the ruling party. Rest all is a family parties, whether it is Samajwadi Party or a Mayawati, or for that matter to the new entry into the in the UP politics is the OIC. So these factors, the divided opposition will definitely give a much bigger boost to the BJP. There is no doubt about it. But these people cannot even sit together on each other because they are all power hungry politicians. They all have one aim other than just being a chief ministership. There is nothing called as a common agenda of whether it is for the Bua or for the Batija. There is no common agenda. It's the only thing is that how can we get into the power. But whereas on the other side, the Yogi Adityanath commands a huge respect. When sometimes people say that like
Mr. Nambiar, this will be put to test in the election. The point is that there was great resentment against him also. You may not agree, but obviously there were very strong feelers from the ground that that people were not happy within your own political party. Even now, you may be contesting these elections under his leadership, but what is going to happen after the elections, one does not know.
So the politics,
somehow the BJP has tried to keep the flock together. There is resentment.
The politics in a national party like a BJP is very dynamic. You can't say that it is forever. The Yogi Adityanath will be the chief minister of UP forever. That is because it's not a family party. Neither JP Nadda will be the president for this party forever. No, that doesn't happen in a democratic party like BJP.
Okay.
But on the other side, you will also have to appreciate from a Bimaru state, today UP is the second largest economy. You also need to appreciate in the 4 years from the GSDP.
Okay, now this will have to be put to a big debate. This point.
I have to say something on
Mr. Bhaduria, very quickly, yes.
Well, I'm saying that when Mayawati was the chief minister, the development index showed that we had 9% growth in Uttar Pradesh. It was neither there during Mulayam Singh's time nor there during Akhilesh's time. And least to say about the BJP, where nationally and in Uttar Pradesh, the economy is in shambles and people are suffering the worst in Uttar Pradesh. Therefore, I think that on the development index, welfare index and rule of law, when Mayawati is head above shoulders over all other contestants in Uttar Pradesh.
In Lucknow. That was the major development of Mayawati. The major development was of creating her own statues in Lucknow. Or
you please take care of Gujarat, where you put in 4,000 crores in one statue, and when we have Ambedkar, we have OBC leaders and Dalit leaders. This is what you do. I think
okay, I'm going to have to come in here.
Maximum money for
Mr. Bhaduria, Mr. Nambiar, as well as Mr. Tiwari, I'm going to have to take a short break at this moment. But remember, elections in Uttar Pradesh are in February 2022, and scenes like these are only going to happen. In fact, they've only just begun. Good night and goodbye.